Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. I see some of our old friends that I recognize and lots of new friends that I made over the weekend in the Crop and Create event. I'm so glad that you're here and that you have found us. I see that some of our friends, Krista has raked 30 gallons, no, 30, let's see here, 30 big bags of magnolia leaves. After work, you're going to be sore. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Lori reached 62 today in Washington. That is gorgeous Washington weather. Let's see here. Dawn and Kelsey, hello. Terry, Beth, hello. Yes, I'm sorry I missed Monday. So I have to confess. I taught at the Crop and Create event, which is part of Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. I taught that event on Sunday, and that is an event that Honeybee is a sponsor of. I taught a class, and it's an event that we prepared for 4 months behind the scenes for that. And then after Sunday's class, and then crafting over the weekend, because Melissa, Lisa, and I all take part in the event too as crafters. We were so exhausted after that. What was it? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a 4-day event. That Monday I was just wiped out. We were all wiped out. I drove Lisa back to Charlotte, North Carolina, to the airport on Monday morning, and we were just wiped out. And so we all took a break on Monday, and then we're back at it yesterday working, and then of course back at it tonight. And so we are all back on schedule, ready to go. Hello, Ricky. It's my boy Ricky. And then I see my friend Brenda. And let's see here. Hello, Deb in Denton, Texas. Beth forgot that you had a world. We did. And you know, you guys, I urge you guys, if you haven't tried one of the Scrapbook and Cards Today events, I urge you to try that. It is a huge box of goodies from lots of different companies. It is 4 days of classes, and you get way more than your money's worth for supplies. And you get live classes with all the instructors. It is like way more than you could ever hope or wish for in a big event. And I know that people in the chat that did take part of it, Lisa, and then there's some other ladies that were part of that as well. They can tell you and kind of be a testimonial to what an amazing event it is. If you've ever thought about wanting to try something like that, it's amazing. Honeybee is going to take part in the fall event, is the next one that will be in end of September into October. So it's an amazing event. I can't complain. I can't complain as a crafter that does the classes, and I can't complain as an instructor either. From both sides, it's an amazing event. Okay, it's a virtual card making event. Yes, you will love it so much. Yes. Oh, Lisa, that's Lisa saying that. Do you do this on Facebook? Harriet, it is over. The group is on Facebook, but they stream all the classes live like this on YouTube. They provide you a link that only the event people that have signed up for the event can get into. And so it's really cool. It's exclusive only to the people that have signed up for that. All the product that you receive is exclusive to that event for like a certain period of time. That way, we feel special when we get those boxes and you're seeing all these new things. And that way it makes it special for a little bit. Let's see. Creative Lady said this is her fifth event, her fifth time, and it gets better every time. Yes. Lisa and I, this was our third event, and I can say that it gets better every time. And so Julie says, yes, it sounds fun. So much fun. And it, some of our friends that are here in the chat now, this was their first time getting to know Honeybee, was this past event. And so it's a great way to get to know and see things from not just Honeybee Stamps, but from other stamp and die and paper crafting supply companies as well. And so it's a really cool thing. Upstairs Hobby Room says it was her second event. How do you sign up? Go on to Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine website, and I think you could probably sign up for their newsletter that will come to your email, and then you'll get information for when they do or release the signups. They have not released the signups for the fall event yet. Okay, Lisa has dropped the link over there in the chat. I see that. And so you can get all the information there. Hello, Carol. All right. Natalie said it was her second event. It was amazing. Yes. I just signed up. Perfect. Yeah. If you sign up for that email, you'll get all the information. And I knew that they do these big events, but then they also do like little kits that they send out, every other month. And I know Honeybee has a kit coming out later on. I believe our kit is the July kit. And then I am going to teach the class that is around the first week in August. All that information will kind of come out later on. And so I'm excited about that. Honeybee is excited about that. We're putting together and have our wheels turning for a really great kit for that. So, it's amazing. Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine is a really fun company and magazine and event to be able to sponsor and be part of. It's really fun. Okay, let's stamp together and the sampler cup. That's right. So Upstairs Hobby Room is kind of adding in that extra information there for us. Hello, Irene, Carol. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready to do some card making tonight? I'm going to go down to my desk view, and then we're going to do some fun. I'm going to kind of do this card as a little bit of an Easter card, but I think it would be super fun to create a little egg crate and just make it like little fun, like chicken eggs, like blues and brown and white eggs, and then add some sentiments that will be more, farmer's market or, just about fresh eggs, farm fresh eggs. If you have someone that has chickens at their home, things like that. Now, tonight's cart is going to be more Eastery. That would be cute, to send grandkids or send a friend for Easter, but you could totally gear this towards, more chicken eggs. So the way I'm going to get started this evening is let's go ahead. Let's talk about the things I'm going to use first. So I have cut the cute little bunny out of some cardstock that, and you can see he has a wood grain to him. And I did this because I want him to look like a chocolate bunny. Now I've done other cards with this bunny and I've made him look more like a realistic bunny out of other colors of cardstock. And I should have pulled... Let me see if I have him right here. And I've got like a whole pile of cards going here. No, of course not. But I colored him to look more like a realistic bunny, like a bunny that you would see in your garden with carrots and things like that. So it's a really cute little die that you can use in different ways. It just depends on how you want to color him. So he comes with a basket. I'm not going to use that this evening. I'm going to pair him and do like a little Eastery kind of with colored Easter egg scenes. Now this is our egg crate that has the little eggs, and I love that these eggs are just solid eggs. So you can create those and color those any way you want to. If you want to do just white eggs to put in there, if you want to do like little blue speckled eggs, if you want to do brown eggs, it just depends again on how you want to color and kind of decorate your die cuts. So I'm going to use the egg crate. We're going to build that. I'm going to color some Easter eggs. And then I pulled out this stamp set. It is the Garden Bouquet because I may use this Happy Easter sentiment here. I'm not going to use the carrots and things, but I may use that Happy Easter sentiment to go along. And then there, of course, there is the sentiments that really go more with the eggs and with like the farmer's market feel. So there's farmer's market, farm fresh you could add. There's the cute little chicken. I'm so glad you're one of my peeps. You're extra special. I'm so excited for you. You know, fresh from the farm, fresh eggs. You could add that. Really cute little sentiments there. And then I'm going to play this evening with the Easter egg stencils. Now, these little designs were designed specifically to fit on the little eggs from the egg crate dies. And so they fit, they match up perfectly. Here is a little egg that I tested on, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to create these little Easter eggs. And so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have my little egg crate, and I was so inspired by Carol, and she is over in the chat. Carol is one of our amazing design team members, and she created this cute little egg crate, and she made little Easter eggs. Now, she designed hers, she ink blended them, and then she actually did some little paint flicks or some little things on hers to make them look like really watercolory, you know, paint speckled eggs. They were super cute. Now, this is kind of a layering die set, and all I've done up here to add the little shadows, I got that little idea from Carol. That's just a little bit of simple Copic coloring to add, you know, where that looks like that has been impressed in there. We're going to put that together. We're going to do our eggs, and I think I'm going to start out. Let's go ahead and start with adhering all the layers of our egg crate. So there is the backer layer that's going to set underneath the little crate of eggs. And I like this. I actually thought about just leaving it like this and having it like a little egg crate or a little egg carton that you would maybe set out on your countertop. But I think I've changed gears and I'm going to add the topper onto it. But you could totally do this and just have like a little open carton or crate of eggs and do those in whites or blues and not have, you don't necessarily have to add the lid to it. It would be cute just like that, and then add, you know, your little farmer's market or farm fresh egg sentiment right over the top of it. Okay, so this is kind of the direction we're going. So I'm going to start adhering all the pieces. So there is the back piece back here. There is the little topper piece that has all the little slits cut open for us to tuck our little eggs down into, like they're in a little carton. I'm going to use my good old liquid adhesive. And when I apply the adhesive, I'm going to be really careful and kind of go just right around the edges because I do want to be able to tuck the eggs in when I ink blend and color them, or after I do, I should say. Let's see here. What is Carol telling us? I wish I had the sentiment set. We're having a peep roast at church tonight for our, oh, how cute is that? Let's see here. Yes, Carol. So Carol, the way that you find out our design team stuff, and especially like Carol's little reels, Ricky, who is there in the chat, he does reels as well, but they're over on Instagram. And I thought it was so dang cute. And I love the way that Carol did her little eggs and things, and I thought that is perfect. I'm going to change it up just a tiny bit from the way that Carol colored her eggs, but it just gives you a lot of, different ideas on the way that you can color them. And I like that the dies are left plain, like they don't have any little designs or anything pressed into them. That way, that gives you more options to, make it just look like a regular, duck egg or chicken egg or whatever you want it to look like. Or you can totally decorate them up and make them look more Eastery. So it kind of, will go all year long, especially if you wanted to make a little birthday card or something from a friend that that raises chickens and they gather their own eggs and things like that, then it gives you the option to do that. Now there's an embossed line right in here, so you could actually fold this down and manipulate this little card if you wanted to. So we may do that in just a minute, so I can show you. And I have another one cut over here that I can show you how I did that. Now this is just the little border that goes around the edges, and it's just going to give you more of that realistic 3D look. You could color that differently if you wanted to, but these would be super cute, if you see like a white egg crate in the grocery store, or yellow or baby blue or something like that. You could do your egg crate in any color that you want to. It's just all in how you decorate it up. Okay, so here is the topper that I was telling you about. And this is what it would look like if you added it on and scored this, and closed your little egg crate down. So you could do that and have this kind of like a little interactive card, add your little sentiment or whatever you wanted to add right here on the top portion. You could even add on the little pieces that cut out, pop that open, and then you've got all your little eggs and things on the inside. But you could add, let's see here, like, the farm fresh eggs, and there's a little die that cuts this out, and then have it, pop open to say, you're extra special or whatever you wanted that to say. But that, all I did was use that embossed line that is pressed into the paper right there, and I kind of scored and folded it right there on that line to make a little hinge there for the little egg crate. So just lots of different options when you're playing with your die cuts. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Honeybee stamps have all the things I need to make beautiful cards. Oh, thank you, Beth. You're so sweet. Okay, so this is pretty much, all done. We're going to kind of zhuzh it up and make it prettier with the eggs. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to pull out all my little eggs here. So I've got a cute little pink egg that I added hearts to, and I've got all my little eggs all cut here, and we're going to do some super simple inking on these. And I'm going to start out with my brushes, and I have a whole slew of springy colors pulled out here. Now I've already done the pink egg, and so I'm going to go right down the colors here. I may have to ink these up a little bit. I'm going to start out with my dirty brush because I can always add more ink on, but you can't really take it away once it's added on there. So I'm going to pull out my little brush that is dried marigold. I know these are hard to read, but for those of you that don't know, that are kind of newbies here, my husband is in the military. He's in the Air Force, and we move around quite a bit. And so every time I have to move, I have to kind of tape down all my inks and things so we can pack them up and move them from place to place. And so sometimes the labels and things on my inks get torn up from the packing and moving around. Okay, so now we've got our dried marigold. It's a really soft kind of corally orange. And you can notice here that I'm going really nicely right around the edges, and I'm kind of leaving the tops or the center of the egg open in the white. That's because I'm going to ink over with the stencil. And I'm going to do like tone on tone, just like I did with the pink. And so I can do, you know, little flowers, there's little greenery pieces, there's some larger florals down here and swirls. There's just all different kinds. So I can kind of just choose one and see what we get. So I'm going to do, let's set these little guys aside. And I'm going to pull this down here, and let's do kind of this fun little design. And it's going to be easier to see here that I've put it over the little egg, but it's got these little dots and little swirls there. And I'm going to ink up my brush kind of a lot better, because we're going to do that whole, you know, tone on tone look here, and just add that dried marigold right over the top. Now let's pull back my stencil and we'll see what we get. And so now we've got this really cute little design. We've got some light inking on the background of the egg, and then we've got the really pretty design that's left with the stencil. All right, so now let's pull another little Easter egg out, and let's see, we've done orange, we've done pink. Let's do some speckled egg. I mean, you can't have an Easter egg basket without speckled egg Easter eggs, right? I'm going to start out with my really dirty and well-loved speckled egg brush, and I'm going to pull it right around the edges. And you'll notice I'm kind of, because this brush is so big, I've got it really tilted up on its side, but I'm going to go right around the edge. Hey, buddy. You going to give me a kiss? Thank you. I've got a little guy in here that's giving me kisses before bedtime. So, all right, go back to night-night. I love you. All right. Do you want to say hi to all of our friends? Tell them all good night. Just say good night.
Good night.
Okay, good job. All right, love you. Night-night. All right, that's my little guy, Sam. He's going to bed. So he was telling me good night. Okay, so now we've got our little speckled egg, and then let's do, because we're doing speckled egg, let's do the little polka dots here. So I'm going to place that right over the top, and then I'm going to start with my dirty brush again and just add, you know, more pressure. The more pressure you add, the more ink that's going to, you know, come down through that stencil and onto your paper. So, and we can peel it up and see what we got. And we've got some cute little speckles on that little, everybody is saying, good night, Sam. You guys are so sweet. All right. And then let's see what color we need to do next. Let's do a yellow egg. So I'm going to do squeezed lemonade. And of course, I'm going to use my inky brush first to see if we need to add anything else. And again, I'm kind of tilting it back on its side or up on its tip, because it's going to get right around those edges. And then let's pick out another design. So let's do maybe these really big flowers down there. I think those will be cute in yellow. So I'm going to place it right over the top. And then this is where I may want to get a little more inky to make them nice and dark. So I'm going to go back and forth, swirl the brush around, and then let's pull it up and see what we get. And then look how cute. It almost looks like little daisies or something in the design. So cute. But they look like those little egg kits that kids have nowadays that have the little stencils and things that you can kind of color and decorate the way you want to. And I'm running out of matte space here, so let's do a little cleanup. There we go. And then let's do another one. Let's do green this time. All right, so I've got Twisted Citron. Now this is a really bright color, but I think if I start out with my inky twisted citron brush first, and you know, everybody always, or I see comments or people say, you know, I wish I could leave my brushes dirty. If you really like to ink blend a lot, and if you see yourself doing a lot of blending and things, you know, it may be one of those things that you kind of like want to collect, you know, a good handful of brushes. That way you can leave them dirtier. And that's if you're a big ink blender. If you like to ink blend on your die cuts or do a lot of stenciled backgrounds and things like that, it's nice to have, you know, a bunch of brushes in your stash. That way, you know, you don't have to keep cleaning them off all the time. Okay, look how cute that is with the little greenery pieces on it. We're getting a nice little Easter egg collection here. And then our last color that we're going to do is kind of a really light purple. Okay, so I'm going to use milled lavender, and that's going to tie in with our pattern paper here in just a minute. But I've got one more little egg, and I've got a really light brush. So I'm going to start out with my light brush. There we go. But we were talking about brushes. It's nice to have, you know, a brush, and you can see that I don't have, you know, a brush in every size for every color. But it's nice to have, you know, a couple for each color family. And then you can kind of wipe it down if you need to dip it in another color. Or I always leave mine dirty first because, you know, I may need it. And then I can always go back and wipe it down if I want to later on. Okay, so now it's going to be the hard decision of which design do I do on the purple egg. Maybe like this little cutie right here that has the little hearts and the different designs. Let's kind of, well, that's going to be a lot of purple. Or maybe this little guy with the vines. I like that too. Okay, let's do that. So many options. Okay, and then this is where I'm going to add lots more pressure, and I didn't dip back into the ink. I'm going to look at it first and see if we need to dip back in, but that's going to be really pretty light purple. Look how cute that is. Okay, now look at our little collection that we have going here. And those stencils would also be good if you like to do like the glimmer paste or the glitter paste type stuff, and add your little designs and maybe a sparkly paste or glitter. That would be fun as well. Okay, so now let's add our cute little eggs in our carton. And so I'm going to start with pink. We have to do a rainbow, of course, right? And so I'm just going to slip it down in there. And then we have orange. Like that. Look how cute those are. And then we'll do yellow. There we go. Those are adorable. And then let's see here. We have green. Just like that. And blue. And the really light purple. Isn't that cute? That's adorable. Okay, now do you see how cute that would be if you did like a little white carton? I wasn't sure about a white carton. I think I could have done it white, but we're going to have it cute. Okay, so this is my card base, and it's just a side folding card base. I'm going to flip it on its side, so I've got lots of space to create my little Easter scene here. And this is new pattern paper from our Pinstripes and Polka Dots paper pad. Let me see if I can't pull it out here to show you. So this is the whole paper pad. Let me flip it over so you can see all the pretty colors. Now this is a new paper collection for us. We've done a lot of ginghams and a lot of other great basics in the past, but we needed some pinstripes and polka dots. So we've got all different colors in here, you know, right through the rainbow. And those of you that, you know, took part in our class over the weekend know, you know, you guys have seen some of our great pattern paper that was in your kit. So, all right, so let's go ahead and add our pretty, and this is that really, it's a really pale purple. It looks pink in my hand, and it is a really light, perfect springy purple. It's going to be great with flowers and Mother's Day cards and things like that. All right, so this is from this little background piece is cut from our stitched and scalloped rectangle dies, just to add a little interest around the side of the card. And then we've got our cute little egg crate. And then we're going to put our little chocolate bunny that was cut out of that little bunny basket die. And I added just a touch of ribbon to him. So, you know, he's got a little bow tie on. And then we're going to start adhering everything down, and then we'll add a sentiment. All right, so I'm just going to add this on just like this. And I'm going to place it right down here. I'm going to use those little stitched line as my little border, a little resting place down there. This paper pack is perfect for Easter eggs. That's true. You could cut those egg dies just out of pattern paper, and that would be easy as well. And, you know, we all have so much pattern paper in our stash, in our craft rooms, that, you know, we've all probably got plenty that we could choose from to cut out some really pretty floral eggs or something like that. Okay, I'm going to take a couple of our little pop dots that have the nice little tabs on them. I'm going to place those on the back of our chocolate bunny and then peel those back. And then we're going to place this little guy right here, just like we have, you know, a cute little Easter setup. Just like that. And he looks like a little chocolate bunny. He's cute. Okay, now let's do our sentiment. So I'm going to move my card aside for just a second. I'm going to pull out my Misty, and then let's choose a sentiment. And I think I want to use this little Happy Easter, and just we'll put it on the little egg crate there. So I've got my scrap paper here that I can cut out of. I'm going to take my Happy Easter like that, and I could even stamp it in a color if I wanted to. Let's see, let's do the purple maybe that kind of goes with his bow tie and with the background paper. So I'm going to find the milled lavender, and I'm going to have to stamp this probably 3 or 4 times. We'll see. Okay, so 1, 2. I'm just going to keep adding that pigment down and let it get darker. There we go. And that looks pretty good. And then I think I'm going to, just to make it easier and quicker to die cut, I'm going to trap that ink in some clear embossing powder. So I'm just sprinkling it over. There's really no need to get out your anti-static powder when you're doing just something simple like this with clear. You don't need to be quite as careful. And then I'm going to heat this up, and then we'll die cut it, and we'll pop that up on our little egg crate. I'm going to heat that up. I'm going to hit the back side for just a second. Okay, now while that embossing powder is setting up really nicely so it doesn't smear, I am going to get my Bitty Buzz cutter, and it is way over here because Miss Lisa was using it this weekend. And I'm going to choose the die that will cut out that Happy Easter, and it's right there in the coordinating die set. And those of you that are not familiar, that are kind of newbies here, this is kind of what one of our die sets look like. We have these really nice little outline pieces when you pull them off the backers. That way, I don't know if you're like me, but I always have the hardest time puzzle piecing everything back on when, you know, after you use your dies. And this is a new feature that Melissa added probably maybe about a year ago, that has the outlines down so you know exactly where your dies go back down. And you know if you have one missing because you can tell that you've got an open spot. Okay, so this is our Bitty Buzz cutter. And some of you probably saw it over the weekend in the event. I think that Jen Shirkus used it during her class, and I love using mine, especially, well, I use it all the time, but especially during our little crafty live streams because it's so easy to do, you know, little die cuts and to pull down when you're doing a sentiment, just like that. A lot of times, if I'm sitting and just die cutting things that will, you know, are smaller, I like to just sit here and use that because it's easier than, you know, dragging out the big die machine and then it folds up nicely and I can just put it right away. Okay, now we've got our cute little heat embossed greeting that I think is going to be really cute right there. And so let's add, I think I'm going to pop it up a little bit even. So I'm going to take one of these narrow little foam strips and I'm going to add just a little bit there and a little bit there. And then we'll add that right on there. Whoops. Let's see here. How much does it weigh? I want to say it is about 3 pounds, maybe. It's not a whole lot. I think our website tells the exact weight. But one of the things that I really liked about it when we got them in and I started testing it for Melissa is it's really easy on your hands and your wrists. It doesn't take a whole lot to get your plates rolling through. I had another little mini machine that was made by another manufacturer, and it was really hard to get the plates to go through. You had to shove them through. This one's super easy. You could almost just turn the handle, and then they run through by themselves. It's really easy. Okay, so here we have a cute little Easter card. And let me show you another example of that cute little bunny. Let me pull him out here. And it gives you a totally, you know, different feel, different look. And it's with the Easter basket. Okay, no ma'am. Okay, so this is the same rabbit die, the same die cut, with the little basket that goes with him, filled the little basket with our lovely layers carrots. And then we have he looks a little bit more like a little garden bunny or something like that. Added some cute little details to him with gel pen and Copic markers. And then you have a totally different look than, a chocolate bunny. Totally different look. You could put that with, a floral card or something like that, the little rabbit, and have something totally different. All right, let's see here. Bunny a statue. Yes. Adorable. Oh, both are so cute. Thank you. Yeah, they look totally different. Just depending on, let me get them over here. Just depending on how you want to color him. And even like if you're going to do, like, let's say baby cards or baby shower, like you're going to a baby shower and you need a cute card. I think that this makes an adorable, like a stuffed bunny, like a little stuffed animal. I think that would be totally cute. And then depending on the papers and things that you choose to, to go with him, it could be for a boy or a girl. So, there's just so many different ways that you can kind of dress up your die cuts and things, depending on how you color them and what color paper, and, that you can get totally different looks out of those. Okay, let's see. I love the vegetables included in the basket as well. Opposed to that, yes. Yeah, I wanted this to be like totally different. And this back here is, come here. Then you can't growl. That's Penny. Some of you have met Penny. She's growling. You're just fine. But pattern. This is some of our pattern paper from the Simply Spring paper pad. So yeah, you can kind of dress it up and make it fancy, or make it a little more cutesy. Just depends. Come here. Okay, let's see here. Love the rainbow background on the front card. Yes. Yep, and that is floral. Let me find it. That is floral paper I just had it. That is from our Simply Spring paper pad. It's a new paper pad, but look at all the gorgeous spring, summer even papers. And the paper that I used on that one is this one right here. So, and I muted it down with vellum over the top. See how it kind of mutes the colors down? That's how you can kind of do that. If it's like really bright, you can kind of tone it down with your vellum. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Penny is such a common doggy name. I wonder why. Is she the same? Yes, she's the same color as a Penny. Come here. Let me see. You can come sit with me. We're almost finished. Yes, she's named because she's like a coppery color. Yes, you're just fine. Okay. So I need your shirt, Kelly. All my graphic tees are about dogs. Yes, it says I just want all the dogs. Yes, Miss Brenda. All right. Yes, it's vellum over the top. That's just a way, sometimes when you have really bright, bold backgrounds and you want to put a die cut or put something over the top, but you need it muted down just a little bit so the paper doesn't take away from what you're adding to your card, you can totally mute it down with vellum and it just tones it down just a little bit. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, let's go ahead and do our giveaway for this evening. So I'm going to let Lisa pull up our choose a winner for us tonight. Thank you, Carol. Yep, this is Penny. She has become very vocal in the live streams lately. You're being a princess. The basket of rainbow carrots is so cute. Isn't that cute? It looks like a little farmer's market or something. Let's see. Deb has Beatles shirts. I see cat shirts. MFT Stamps has a nice heavyweight vellum, and so does Simonson Stamp. Yes, and Basil has a really nice vellum. And this is from my stash. It's probably 10 years old. I like the polka dots. But Ellen Hudson has really nice vellum. We at Honeybee, I think we have packs of vellum too. Okay, congratulations, Harriet Johnson. You're the winner this evening. Okay, Miss Harriet, so you have won a $25 gift card to spend at Honeybee Stamps. If you'll email me, Kelley at honeybeestamps.com, I'm going to send you your gift card. Congratulations. And I want to thank all of you that have came in and visiting us tonight. I hope you'll come back. I will be back on Monday. So we're going to do some more cards. I'm going to do kind of a florally spring fun card. And so I hope you'll come back and join me. All right, you guys, check out, if you're not a member of, I don't want to forget this, don't leave yet. If you're not a member of our challenge group on Facebook, it's called Honeybee Stamps Buzzworthy Challenges. Here's the name of it. I am putting out information tomorrow about our next free class. So go to that group. It'll probably be tomorrow afternoon, but by the time I get the graphic and everything loaded in. But tomorrow afternoon, there will be information there about our upcoming free class that will be in April. And so I hope those, you guys can join us. All right, you guys. Congratulations, Harriet. And I will see you Monday. And I hope we see some new members of our challenge group. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.